Hey, welcome. Hey, you guys. Hi. I'm wondering because I made a couple of adjustments. I have this other light. I wonder if I should turn this light off and just give you my pink. Just give you my pink light. Nah, we saved that for Saturday's sip. I give y'all mood light. I'll give you guys mood light. Let me see. We'll do the soft with my pink here. Baby. Okay. You know, I like to get set up a little bit. How's everybody doing this evening? The weekend is over, y'all. It's over. It feels so good that I finally caught up on the things that I was behind on because I was behind on Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, as well as that last Diara I owed you guys. And I fumbled so big on that last night and was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning just doing a live all by my doggone self. All by my doggone self. What am I? Hold on a second. Oh, now I knocked over. This is gonna need a stand of some sorts. Trying to make sure I got the lighting right. Like I said, I got this pink light now that I absolutely love because I love a little color, and you know, your girl loves us some pink. But anyway, I digress. I was up till 3 something. I took my little energy shot. Got a little boost of energy for tonight to get on here and give you guys this live. Like I said, I do feel much better now that it is at least done. And if you guys were interested, go check that out. We are here for the Never Ever Mets. Child. Oh, but then this is gonna block my line. Let me see. I think this. Is that too much? I liked it where it was, but oh, you know what? There's always something with me. Let me not knock something out. Sorry, y'all. I didn't think it was going to be this much to figure out when I got on. Beyond my typical setup. I don't know why right there. I feel like that's too much light. You guys let me know if you can hear me when you come in here. I was going to say, should I go off camera? This light is very hot, though. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think I like it there, but this is in the way. When you change things up, baby, when you change things up, you got to get it right. but also I can give you guys, now I'm knocking the camera, time to come into the room as I get my notes up here. All right. Hopefully that works. How does it look to you guys? Let me see. I guess it's okay. I feel like something is blocking. I'm sorry, y'all. Pardon me. Because I got the ring light and I got this new light, which, like I said, I like it because it's pink and I could do other colors. And pink was the choosing of the night, but let's get back to what we're doing. Like I said, I'm feeling pretty good. Hate that the weekend is coming to an end, but your girl is actually off tomorrow. So hallelujah and thank you for small favors. Like I said, I was up late last night doing Tiara from Detroit. And now I can finally get back to what I need to get back to. I forgot to put my slides up here. We're not doing scene by scene. Well, we're doing scene by scene in terms of breakdown, but I'm not going to give you guys scene by scene in terms of pictures. So I just put together a couple of my own slides for the couples, and hopefully that will work the way I need it to. All right, so season 1, episode 3, IDK about IRL. You know, the acronym of it all. I don't know about in real life. And these couples for sure don't know about in real life. So we opened the episode. Yeah, everything is, hey, thank you for stopping by. I know, I'm glad I'm off tomorrow, but the weekend because most of the time I work on a Saturday. So it's a little bit of a Debbie Downer. That's why I said I took my energy shot because I was up late last night, woke up late this morning. So I am feeling better, but going back to work is always a drag. So we open up with, let's see if we can get them up there. These are the slides that I made for the people, okay? We open up, Josh and Shay, they are rolling out of bed, and I said, okay, I'll see what you're doing. I guess we was right about y'all getting it on. I feel like the microphone is in the way. I feel like everything is in the way. And everybody's just kind of getting ready for their day. Hey, girl, you see me? Oh, I never do that. So I'll just explain quickly before I get into this. I was supposed to do the last episode of DR from Detroit last Friday, and life was life, and so I wasn't even gonna get to it till this weekend. And I recorded it 40 minutes, no audio. I was so freaking pissed off. So then I went live because I did it as a private live. So then I went live, audio still not working. That was on for like two minutes or something. Again, audio not working 2 times, and now we're on a third, a full that I had to delete, and then 2, right? So then finally I went live. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and it worked. And I was like, ain't nobody about to be up, but it is what it is. It's done. Yeah, Shay did disappoint me siding with seeing. Yeah, girl, me too. So everybody's just, like I said, kind of getting ready for the day. And then Aaron H. Do I have them next? Good. Aaron H. and Diamond, they kind of pull Brandon and Sienna to the side to talk. And, they're saying that they need some help. Child. Indeed, they do. I can't get rid of this shadow. I think it's the microphone. Please don't let me knock nothing out. Shook the camera. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Wait, hold on. We gotta adjust again. This new light is messing up my setup. I like the light, but it's messing up my setup. And hopefully I can see around it for my notes. So they said that they need some help, which they truly do. Actually, in my honest opinion, I don't know if it's that they need help. It's just there's just no chemistry. These two are not a match in terms of Brandon and Sienna. But they're the oldest in the group, so they, decide they're gonna give him a word. And it seems like Sienna feels like the romantic aspect in person um is more of a challenge to them. I'm like, girl, is that the issue? However, these two can't even seem to have let's get to them because they all the way at the end. Oh, look, their slide even look a little jankety. Anywho, um, but they can't have a conversation without even interrupting each other. And Sienna, of course, is doing most of the interrupting. So Aaron decides that whoever is holding, we're going to call it a guitar pick because I'm not quite sure that's what it was. Is electronic. It could have been a guitar pick. Either way, that's what I'm going to call it. But Aaron H decides, listen, whoever is holding a guitar pick is the one that can speak, and the other one's going to be quiet. We don't know how this thing works. This thing works. It's not a new concept. So hold on a second, y'all. Excuse me, y'all. My kids are doing what they do. So Brandon feels like the issue is communication, which I totally agree. But even outside of communication, that's just the way she communicates. It's not right, but to me, it's even beyond communication. Y'all are just not a match. But if I had to pick, I would say communication because I would agree with Brandon and say it's communication because she communicates one way and he communicates another, and they just do not speak the same language. Now, Sienna, she says she doesn't agree, but she starts to talk and talk and talk and talk while Brandon is the one who's holding the guitar pick. And so Diamond kind of like clocks it and points it out. Um, and she also points out in her confessional that, she wants the man to leave, but she won't let him leave. I agree. But what? Oh, okay. So when she was talking and talking and talking and talking and wouldn't let Brandon, I'm trying to keep up with all these names, child, get a word in edgewise, she was saying that she doesn't really want somebody to mediate because she does not know what their intentions are. So I'm assuming that she was referring to Millie, even though she was doing the same thing with Greg. But for some reason, she can't seem to see that. So now Brandon says, she works herself up and then he can't get in a word in edgewise. And then, he kind of retreats, which in turn makes her even more upset. I'm like, yep, good old cycle. We can see it. We can see it playing out right in front of us. So she says, she was trying to be vulnerable. And then she was trying to be vulnerable when they were playing pool. Then he started laughing. Now, ma'am, was that before or after you called that man a bitch? Just saying. So, shall be so he says, he laughs a lot. He doesn't mean anything by it. And to me, it's possibly like a defense mechanism. So Diamond's like, do you guys like even like each other? I was like, girl. So Sienna's like, oh, yeah, we do. And she asks, so did you apologize? So Sienna does apologize for calling him out of his name and says that his laughter hurt her feelings. He's got the nervous laugh and she's got a flair for the dramatic. And like I said, it's just really oil and water. No matter how you cut it. I don't know how these two let me say this. Do you guys feel like potentially, because we know that Sienna flip-flops, that she was kind of faking a funk a little bit, meaning, giving representative, if you will, online, and that's where the disconnect is because, baby, it's not working. So it sounds like he kind of agrees that there are some things that, they need to work on. He says prior to coming in the house, the chemistry was awesome, but he is willing to put the fight behind them and push forward and get to know her. Child. Okay, so you do agree because I'm like, I don't understand what the disconnect was. Like y'all were getting along and we did see her say, yeah, as long as I fall in love, da da da. But now she ain't that representative has gone away. And a lot of times they say that about men, but women are just as guilty, and we can see that playing out right now. So now they're on one side or outside, and on the other side you have Shay and Josh and Millie and Greg, and they're kind of talking about what conversation that Aaron and Diamond are having with them. And they're just sitting there observing them talking. Once, I guess, Aaron and Diamond leave, and they're like, they look to be cool, calm, and collected, and they hope that that continues because their tension kind of in the house affects the house. So Greg thinks that the friendship needs work, and in the confessional, Millie's like, she does not see a connection, and she just thinks that Brandon likes a challenge. So over on this side now, it's just Sienna and Brandon, and it sounds like she's looking for more time alone with Brandon, as it turns out. But Josh, he's got his name and permanent marker on that boom boom room. I was like, boom 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 room, with the way Sienna behaves, like, y'all do not need to go anywhere near that intimacy suite. Again, I have no problem with that. I said that last recap. That is a part of it, but y'all should be working aside from intimacy, aside from meeting friends and family. Where is the therapy? Where is the life coach? Where is something like this? So Brandy Yvonne says, I feel like it's BS online, but it's different in person. Yeah, I agree, because you could give that representative, you can go in there, have a Coke and a smile, and get on there and put your best foot forward, and then and then go back to your bullshit afterwards. But face to face and under the same roof is a little more difficult. Hey, Monique 69 ways. So now I'm sitting here like, okay, so now are you telling me that Greg and Aaron H are the relationship aficionados? Because now at some point these two are outside and they are talking about Jody and Aaron's chemistry, another problematic couple. So, or lack thereof when it comes to the chemistry. So now, granted, while they're having this conversation, Aaron is in one part of the house. Actually, yeah, Aaron is in one part of the house, and Joanna or Jody is in a whole nother part of the house. So they point out, like, the two of them are not even interacting, and they don't even know why they came here at all. Child, that is the question. This is another one. Like, I wonder what their interaction was like online, because y'all get here and I'm like, do y'all even know each other? Because it's really strange. It's really, really weird. So Brandon and Sienna, surprise, surprise, have cooked dinner for the group. They got some steak, they got some potatoes. It looks amazing and it looks quite delicious. Now everybody sits down to eat. And then Diamond with the Y and Aaron H decide that they're going to play a game. Child. So they're going to have a series of questions. Aaron is kind of handing out cards for them to fill out to answer the questions on. I agree. He's another one that needs to self-eliminate. She's rude and mean to him. She is. Jody is a whole ass trip. That's why I only have 3 possibles, which are these 2 here. I said this last recap. Diamond with the Y and Aaron, Josh and Shay, and Millie and Greg. That's my 3 possibles, and I don't even feel, that's why I keep saying possibles. I don't even feel that strongly about them. I think Jody and Aaron have an arrangement and came here to be. That's possible. I can definitely see that, because they're just very, like, they're not like Sienna and Brandon. They're just like cool, calm, and collected. She doing her thing, he doing his thing. I was laughing on Nita's live. She was talking about her being a sex coach, and she don't give sex coach. She don't ooze sexuality. Not that a sex coach has to. I was like, I guess those who can't teach. So now we start to ask a series of questions, and we're asking, and I said, now y'all just sat down with Brandon and Sienna, and now you're going to ask all these questions which seem to kind of point a finger to them. So the first question is, which couple is the most dramatic? So everybody chooses Brandon and Sienna. And Diamond's like, Chris, why did you choose them? And he's like, he feels like Sienna needs to calm down just a little bit. She's giving those negative vibes, in my words, right? So Diamond's like, I'm proud of you for taking it well. And Sienna's like, um, yeah, I'm okay. I can control my emotions. I said, girl, can you? Can you? Okay, I guess you control them in this moment, but that statement alone would have just, So next is which couple would benefit from couples therapy. So 11 vote for Brandon and Sienna, and we get 1 vote for Jody and Aaron. Brandon and Sienna at this point, they're laughing about the whole situation. Now it was Aaron H who chose Jody and Aaron. He explains that the two of them have the least amount of chemistry. Again, we'll put this up here because that's definitely the vibe that it's given. So Jody's like, I take issue with that because I walk around and all the couples are like up on each other in each other's face, and I don't need anybody to be up in my face. Girl, that's what I have in my notes. Aren't you supposed to be this, the sex coach / intimacy coach? Like, I'm guessing physical touch is not one of her love languages. Child, I'm just saying. So Millie's like, listen, we all came here to meet, meet in person. I just lost my thought. And she's asking like if they feel the connection, and Jody's like, yes. Okay, girl. So in her confessional, she kind of just says she doesn't want there to be any pressure on their situation by forcing something to take place when it's going to happen naturally. Is it? So she should be an actress, honey, in the theater. You're forcing it to happen when it's going to happen naturally and seen. So Aaron J, he chimes in and he's like, there's couples that are in long-term relationships and live in different houses and have happy marriages. Child, Shay's face was mine. She was like, that's what you want out of life? Yeah, go off, sir. This part. Brandy. Also, if you have been waiting to meet someone in person, you think you would be more excited about it. Now, none of them really was jumping up and down to me other than Josh and Shay, but you do feel a sense of chemistry. Only two that don't really have no chemistry is Brandon and Sienna and Jody and Aaron. But yeah, child. So now they're asking which couple is the most romantic, and Josh and Shay get the most votes by 1. And the group says that they feel the most connected. And Diamond's like, yes, he's very sincere about his Shay. I said, oh, that's so cute. And baby, I said, did Shay just say Chris and San? No, Jody said Chris and Sandia and calls Chris a hopeless romantic. I said, what is it that we the people are not seeing? And also, sidebar, why does Aaron H have his nails painted like they all black except for one? It's like a Tiffany blue. I digress. Listen, if one thing is for sure, this nose gone nose. This nose gone nose. Let me turn the volume down. If you guys will take a minute to like the video while your girl has a good old nose break. I'm gonna stop announcing the nose break and just, tell y'all to like the video. Okay. Why is this volume so loud? So anyway, yeah. I don't know. I noticed that in one of the scenes. I'm like, what is going on with his nails? I guess you can't have anything in front of this light. It gets a wicked shadow. So Aaron H in his confessional says that Jody has an affinity for Chris. Again, those are my words. And in her confessional, Millie says that she hasn't heard Jody compliment Aaron J once, but is constantly laughing with Chris. Baby, it was ridiculous. By the end of the episode, when the two of them are sitting there talking and their partner's just sitting there, I was like, what are we even doing? Oh, hey, JB. Oh, you watching Summer House? I ain't gonna watch Summer House till tomorrow. Thank you for popping in. So, what was our next question? Which couple is most in need of the intimacy sweep? So Greg and Millie get the most votes there. Then we get again. This was another sidebar I had in my notes, and I was laughing because right after I put it in my notes, I said, "Where is Taronda? Why is like Diamond and Aaron H like in charge of the games?" So Diamond turns to Greg, who says that he thinks that Sienna is looking for someone who is has a little bit more of a backbone. Oh, I skipped the question. Or did I? Which couple is the least compatible? So Sienna and Brandon get the most votes. You know, she's Diamond's like, Greg, why do you da 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 da? She needs somebody with more of a backbone to challenge her. And I said, well, that was a little unnecessary. so, so the next two questions are which couple argues the most? Which couple is the most toxic? Again, hands down, goes to Brandon and Sienna. And Brandon's like, why gotta be a night that we feed y'all? I said, touche, we cooking dinner, and this is how you choose to repay us. That's not what he said, but you know, that's the vibe we got. And just as I have mentioned to Rhonda, she comes walking in the door and she's like, you know, since we are supposed to be translating the relationship from online to the real world, I am going to bring the real world to you. So starting tomorrow, you will have guests or family members come to the house and meet with your significant other. And then she tips right back up on out the door. I was like, Taronda, baby, I'm starting to be like, what do we need you for? Because you could have hired somebody else to do the Kama Sutra. I could have swore I see Dr. Romney is going to be there, but I just, child, I don't even know. So in the confessional, Sienna seems more concerned that everybody could see the flaws, if you will, or the compatibility issues. And she feels like maybe she's going to be able to gain clarity from her friend because those two are the first friends we're going to see this week will be Sienna's friend and Brandon's friend. I hope that means they're going to go soon because, yeah. So the next day, like the group is playing charades. Brandon's best friend, like I said, Matt comes in. You could tell a lot about a man by looking at his best friend. Just joking, but not really. So they head outside and they're gonna have some conversation. And Brandon tells Matt, like, you know, him and Sienna been beefing a lot. Child, that's putting it lightly. So he's like, you know, my words again, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Though they do have physical chemistry. That's what he says. We can't even see the physical chemistry because sis is always on one. So Brandon tells Matt that she called him a bitch. Matt was like, but he's like, you know, Brandon is very cool, calm, and collected. So he tells him, you know, she did apologize and he's still going to give her a chance. Again, why kind of keeping them up here. Diamond and Aaron H is counseling somebody else. I'm going to air quote, counseling somebody else. Now, sidebar. I'm just going to, this ain't in my notes, but I'm just going to say this. Okay. And let's put this up here because all of them definitely do need help and not from Diamond and Aaron. Yes, you guys are the oldest, but you guys have your own set of issues and everything is not perfect in your world. So I understand looking to the eldest for advice, but you guys are in the same situation. This is why I feel like Taronda or whoever else should chime in more and be the voice of reason, the counseling. It's good to commune and speak amongst the group, but y'all singling and taking people to the side and having conversations like, who are you? Y'all couldn't even meet in how many years? Look, let me scroll up because I'll be forgetting. Diamond with the Y and Aaron H. Where are they? Did I delete them? Oh, child. Brandon, Shay, Greg, Sandia, Alexis. Oh, child. I don't know what I did with them. I think they're 5 years though. Oopsies, I think I accidentally deleted them out of the top of my notes, which yeah, thank you. I always try to keep it at the top because I I be forgetting. Where were we? Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. So now these two are talking to Josh and Shay, and Diamond's like, "Oh, how soon you guys gonna get married? Like in the next year? Like what's the time frame? Because you guys have been together, committed for 12 years." I'm like, "That's what you want to call this? How do you be committed to somebody for 12 years that you never met? It just gives unserious." So Josh, like, it's definitely on the table. That wasn't an answer. She said time frame, but okay, it's on the table. So then Diamond asked about the baby, and he's like, something to the effect of like, "Oh, it's a roommate situation, and it's messy and got effed up." Say what? I was confusion, and I did not like the way he kind of like brushed it off. It was a roommate situation. So you just woke up. She just woke up on the D. That's okay. So you could tell by Shay's face that she was kind of, but she says that she respected him not waiting and telling her right away. Like he didn't even wait 9 months. I'm like, yeah, see, that for me, and we've never met, could be like, we could be friends, but we don't need to be a couple no more. Again, I'm going to give you the air quotes because what are we even doing here? So Sienna's friend Gigi arrives. She says they've been solid friends for the past 5 years. These two live alone and they're both from the Bronx. So, they're going to talk. Sienna tells her they probably were. And this is why when we have opposite sex roommates, what are we even doing here? It, she just took it to each his own. Yeah, I didn't like the explanation. It was a roommate situation like that. Just even worse. What your granny said, Brandy? Yep. Oh, grandma used to say bumping uglies. Yes, child. So Sienna tells her that, she thought that this would be seamless. Yes, we did. Josh and Shay, seamless. Brandon and Millie, even though it's bullshit because y'all live like 30 minutes away, seamless. Diamond and Aaron H, seamless. The rest of y'all, just total confusion. Even Chris and Sandia, I'm not gonna hold you. You can kind of see they be kind of like hugged up or giving you something. And I think with them it's a little more sexual chemistry, but other than that, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. He was splitting rent, so he should have had money. Because the roommate was his real girlfriend. The roommate was his real girlfriend. You were just my play girlfriend on the phone. Like, were you back in the day when you have like boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, I remember having a boyfriend in like junior high school. Me and that man, we might have kissed, but hold hands, walked me to class, wasn't allowed to call the house phone. Like, is it really a relationship? Like, yeah, no, maybe so. It just what it's giving me. So, but she says it hasn't been. There's been a lot of arguing. She thinks that, he thinks that she is overly emotional. And last night, instead of speaking to her, he went to speak to another woman. Now she doesn't tell her friend that she did the same thing with Greg. That kind of irritated me. She brings up the Karma Sutra, saying that he said he was bored, but she didn't bring up her lack of effort and her lazy position. I said, Sienna, girl, you're telling half of the story, which, sometimes some people do. They only want their friend to see the good side of them. I'm real and raw. I'm going to tell you, and then you can give me your honest opinion on whether you think that I was right or wrong. But yeah, Sienna's not doing that. She's like, girl, I was just doing all the right things, and he was doing all the wrong things. So the friend is asking her if they could get back to the physical feelings, if you will. And Sienna's like, she can. And she's asking if they could benefit from some private time and if that might make things better. And Sienna's like, she doesn't want to get into the vicious cycle. And her friend, like, she just wants to see her happy. Now, again, why are we worried about physical and private time when you can't even have a decent, like, one-on-one conversation, communicate, get your words out, use your inside voice? Like, why are we worried about physical? Sienna left everything out. She only told what he did. She didn't say this half of the story. Um, yeah, y'all can't even seem to get along. So why are we worried about the physical? That's just my opinion. Y'all can let me know if you think I'm wrong or not. But her friend's like, oh, get to know him and test out that soul pole. I said, girl, no. Like, first I was gonna say, I guess, girl, no. But I did like that phrase soul pole. I thought that was cute. So both of the friends leave, they going about their business. We get a quick little scene of Diamond checking in with her daughter, who's 19, about how things are going. And I love to see that close relationship between a mom and especially a grown child, because sometimes once they leave out that house, or even sometimes when they're in the house, the relationships gets kind of strained. Like when my son was away, he's back now, you guys. It was just good to have him FaceTime me and talk about real things. Because sometimes when he's here, both him and my 15-year-old do that. Like sometimes they don't hardly say nothing to you, but then when they want to talk, it's like you got to drop everything. Like, girl, I'll call you back. One of the kids wants to one of the kids wants to talk. So I just especially like to see that relationship between parent and child. Millie and Greg date in the hot tub, talking and just flirting. In the confessional, she said, she promised to be vulnerable. And in he says that he appreciates that she is making him work for it. I said, see, the fellas, they do like that. Let's not just, lay it all on the table and give it away, Shay. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. So later, she's kind of filling the ladies in of the goings-ons in the hot tub, but she tells them about the kiss. But she was like, she was looking for the goosebumps. I'm like, why are we like this? Why do we do this? But she kind of wants him to slow down and let things happen organically. I feel like she thinks he kind of just rushed it and wanted to kiss her because they were there and it was the moment. And I kind of felt her on that one. He said, yeah, nah, let that go and not get physical with it. Like no Olivia Newton-John, you don't want to get physical. Like everybody seems to think that's the solution. I think Greg and Millie was saying that later, like they need to smash and like get that tension. I'm like, no, because y'all just gonna be fighting and fucking. Like, no, we don't want to do that. So Aaron H and Diamond with the Y head to the intimacy suite. And she says she likes to pleasure her partner and to be pleasured as well. However, I told you I need a soundboard. She made a promise to God that she was going to hold it until marriage. I said, well, go off, sis. I can't say nothing because I've been abstinent a number of years myself. It wasn't no promise to God. It just how it's gonna be for right now. So these two will be sharing a different kind of intimacy, if you will. So now they're discussing the game the other night, and we give it a flashback, and they're talking about the couple that's least likely to make it. And they say Jody and Aaron add Brandon and Sienna on there too. But I guess Brandon and Sienna had enough smoke that night, so they just want to kind of focus on them, who kind of flew a little bit under the radar because they're not giving strong potential either. Then it's time for a nice foot rub, and he tells us that he has a foot fetish and he gets to sucking them toes as promised. And I was like, ew, yikes. And I'm like, you don't want to soak your feet. You just, no, nothing. Take a shower. Her dress was cute, but no, nothing. Just right out the shoe. Y'all like y'all toes suck. Ugh. Anyway. So now while they're in the intimacy suite, the couples are in the kitchen and they're having a drink courtesy of, I think Brandon was the one that was mixing up the drinks, and they're just kind of shooting the shit. So Chris says that him and Jody think alike. Oh, wait, let me get a picture of Chris and Jody up. That's right. They're not a couple. Oh my God. And he starts speaking of chemistry that you don't have to force. Baby, my throat. Now, meanwhile, Sandia is sitting there looking hella uncomfortable. Then these two sit down and they're having a whole full-on conversation. Chris sitting next to Sandia, Aaron sitting next to Jody, and they just talking across the room, and their prospective partners just look bored AF. I was like, what is going on here? And then next thing, Aaron and Jody get into an argument over drinking, if you will. I'm like, sis, chill out. She's like, you're like a 6-year-old. If you don't want it, don't engage. Ma'am, all he said was if you were offering, he would have a sip, but he didn't need no full on glass. You be real here with it sometimes. You be real here with it sometimes, and I don't really be for it. I agree, JB. He said hard pass on the toe sucking. I don't like that either. I don't need like what's pleasurable about that? You eating something else, but not my toes. Yep, secondhand embarrassment. Watching the two of them just be like, does anyone know if Brandon is? I don't know. I was thinking about that. The way he made the steak and then the sauce with them potatoes. I was like, I was getting kind of hungry. And then he whipping up drinks. I was like, oh, okay. That's big. That's big, sis. Yeah, the way she was handling, like, you're such a 6-year-old, Aaron. If you don't want it, just say you don't want it, ma'am. He just said, he'll take a sip. He don't want a whole cup. Like, relax. I got to either have all or nothing. So Shay and Sienna, they're upstairs. They're talking about weddings and how many kids Josh got. They start talking about the whole Kama Sutra thing. Once we got there, I already knew this was going to the left. And Brandon saying that he was bored, and Shay was like, he didn't even have time to get warmed up yet. Yeah, well, she wasn't really participating like she needed to participate either. So then Brandon comes in, and Sienna makes a slip comment about, being bored. So Shay excuses herself, and he's like, I was just kind of checking in. And she's like, you embarrassed me on national TV calling me boring. Y'all just now talking about this. Wasn't that yesterday or the day before? Y'all just now. Like somebody was saying, I think it was Shay, how these names are killing me. Brandon held a grudge and couldn't move past things. I'm like, it looked like Sienna's the one that's holding a grudge and can't move past things. Cause I'm like, what are we even doing here? You mad? Now listen, I don't get mad you call me boring on national TV too, but communicate. This is why he said you lack the communication skills. So then she's like, oh, what are you saying to Millie? And he don't really want to elaborate on the conversation. He kind of goes around the mulberry bush and says, some of it's private. They give us a flashback. It wasn't, it was no big deal. So she's upset that he won't tell her. You won't tell me what she said. Girl, go take a ashwagandha, get you a little puff of the Mary Jane, pop you an edible, get you, I don't want to say a drink because some people are angry drinks or sloppy drinks like we see over on Summer House. But you need to do something to bring it down because you're just doing too much. So she's like, you won't tell me what you said behind my back to another woman. And she said, like, if I was to say something to Greg and not tell you what I said, that there would be a problem. And I said, I'm glad that you brought up Greg because I felt like, she's being hella hypocritical. But to share or not to share is a personal preference. It's nothing that big. I don't know why she feels like he was talking badly behind her back, but I digress. It don't make no sense. She getting all pissed off, but that's just, that's just how she's wired. And he's saying it's hard to communicate with her. What did you say? What did you say? What did you, child? Oh my gosh. And then I said, is Millie outside telling Greg that Brandon just needs to D Sienna down? This is what I was saying, because she's from New York and she needs to, take the chip off her shoulder, if you will. I said, I mean, I got what you're saying, but sis got a little bit more of a problem than that. And then Greg in his confessional is kind of saying the same thing, that Sienna is used to a man that's a little more rough around the edges, and he likes that, Brandon's kind of played it cool, but he agrees that, she needs that stroke, if you will. I'm like, y'all just keep wanting to solve some shit with sex. If y'all don't get along, the sex is not going to do nothing. Like I said, you're going to be fighting and effing. So then we go right back to the room. What's Sienna? What did you say? What did you say? What did you say? What did you? I was like, Are we gonna move past this? Because I'm getting hella aggravated. Like I said, I don't know why she thinks he said something that was so yeah, she is definitely tick tick boom. Then she starts hollering. She's like, "Get your foot off the bed!" Just unhinged at its finest, baby. So he took it for as long as he could, and then he just walked his ass on out the room. So everybody in the house can kind of clock her energy and her behavior. We saw Aaron and Diamond. They're still talking about it in intimacy suite. Brandon is downstairs when Chris is downstairs when Brandon gets there, and these two kind of set to talk, and he's like, I was trying to communicate with her. I didn't say anything bad behind her back, but she's not listening. Chris is like, I don't understand what all the hooping and hollering is for. We don't either. And Chris is kind of like, I feel like y'all just kind of need to dead this thing because it's not working out. Shanna is used to chaos. Yeah, she does need therapy. Yep, I agree. Her butt does need therapy and not a dating show. A lot of these people do. It is a temporary fix, but I can't even be intimate with you if you're going to aggravate my nerves. That, like, let me not say that. We have to already have been to that level, and I don't think they're on that level. Like, if you love somebody, you really like somebody, even when they aggravate you, then you can fuck. But I'm like, JB says, ain't no lunatic would have anything to say to me. Yeah. Yeah, Chris is telling him he don't think it's going nowhere. So Sienna is up there in the room explaining to Shay, who's like, cleaning the bathroom. I said, shout out to you for cleaning the bathroom. At least your bathroom is clean. Y'all kitchen is clean. Out like over on Summer House. Just grown ass folks can't keep their shit clean. So she's like, she wanted to know why she's telling her with the Brandon and the Millie of it all, and he wouldn't tell her what she said. And Shay's like, why, Shay, don't entertain her foolishness. And this causes Sienna. She's like, exactly. That's why I feel like it was something nasty, but it really wasn't. Like that's in your head because that's what you want it to be. Hey, Aries, but he didn't say nothing nasty about you, lady. And Shay, she feeding into it. So downstairs, Brandon is sharing with Chris that Shanna called him a bitch at the pool table. And then, Shay and Josh come in. Josh is like, she like him, but she don't know how to handle it. Child. She was supporting the toxicity, very much so. I was like, girl, why can't you be like, it's probably not that serious? And then you come downstairs and then you get the gist of it's not that serious. So I hope you went back after the fact and like, girl, he ain't said nothing. He told the group he didn't say nothing. So yeah, she's saying Josh is saying that Sienna don't know how to handle her feelings. I'm going to do it like that because I'm calling kind of cap on that. And Chris is saying that Brandon has never said anything negative about her. And Shay's like, oh, because, that's what she was trying to figure out. Child. And I'm just waiting. I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2. And I'm waiting for mama to walk downstairs while they all talk about it because I already knew that's where we were headed because we saw the preview and I'm like, it's coming. Tick, 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 boom. So Shay's in her confessional saying that she thinks that Sienna may be hard around the edges, but she's a sweet girl. And she feels like Brandon holds grudges and can't move past things. Have you met your friend? She's still mad that he said that she was boring and that he was talking to Millie, even though she was talking to Greg. Like, what are we even doing here? Oh Lord, what do you say, JB? If that's her liking him. That's like, again, we taking it back to even before junior high school. We're taking it to grade school where, he pushed me because he liked me. What are we even doing here? Oh my God. Elle says Brandon did the same. Yeah, he talked to the housemate. Yeah, no big deal. And you were talking to the person's significant other, if you will. Like you were chewing his mate's ears. So vice versa. It wasn't like it was a whole separate woman. Like he was talking to Jody or something. You were talking to Greg. So Millie couldn't talk. Girl, go somewhere and sit all the way down. I hope she did change her tune. So I was just getting to that. So soon as she said something about holding the grudge, like clockwork, Sienna comes in and throws them roses at Brandon, and then she walks out. And I was like, yikes. And I think he was saying when situations like this happen with her, he doesn't see a healthy relationship, is what he's telling us in his confessional. At this point, like Greg and Millie, everybody's in the room, and that's where the episode ends. And I said, yikes. You know, that's my favorite word. Yikes, yikes, and then double yikes, because Sienna's a lot. Sienna's a lot. And like somebody said earlier, I don't know if it was Elle. I mean, we all kind of saying the same thing. Sienna needs therapy. We got next week, we got more friends and family, and this whole Chris and Joanna / Jody thing is just going to keep reaching for that. Not that I'm saying that they're not being, because it's hella awkward. They do seem to have more chemistry, and I agree with Brandy that maybe, you know, these two are just here for TV, and so here we are. But I think it's actually Millie that's going to cry that she has like a traumatic past. So I really kind of am anxious to see because we met Sienna's friend, and we didn't get into any of her background, and I feel like that's essential, because how she's behaving is not, it's not cool, it's not okay. Straight jacket JB. A little maybe a little medication and a lot of therapy will go a long way. Ciao. Yikes. Yeah, that was the episode. What are we on? We on 3, so I think we have 3 more. Where is the, like I said before, I could have swore I seen Dr. Romney or somebody to that nature. Hello. What you laughing at me about Aries? Where are the relationship coaches? Taronda, I don't feel like is doing much of anything. Because like I said, the Karma Sutra could have gone last, and then y'all are leaving Aaron H and Diamond, who have their own set of things to kind of work through, to be in charge of the girls. Why are the friends there? They're not even talking to the friends. Talking to the friends love. Yeah, they're not. I thought that's what they were gonna do too, and they just kind of left. I was like, oh, that's it, that's all. Because, like, you know, I'm used to like the Ready to Love, where they do what they did. They sit down and they talk to their friend about their significant other. But then they kind of, you know, they're in a group and they ask, well, actually, usually they're in a group and they ask questions. It's like, you know, and we didn't even get to. We're gonna see what the next group of friends or family are, because it looks like some of them are gonna maybe have some more real concerns. I feel like these friends didn't really serve to do much. They gave their advice, but I don't know how you can make an assessment, like you said, without even, I'm glad you made it, talking to the other person to see what. We don't need a host. I guess I shouldn't say that, because we have Tommy on Ready to Love. But then she did the Kama Sutra class. I don't know. I need some other people in here, child. It just, this, I agree with, because I'm kind of like Marriage Boot Camp, that they should commune as a group and kind of talk amongst each other. I just don't like, not that I don't like Diamond and Diamond with the Y and Aaron H, but I don't feel like they should be in charge of the girls. Like, no. Who put y'all? Who said y'all shit was flawless? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially on this episode now. I don't know if going forward we're gonna get a little more, but they definitely could have cut them out, because I said, yikes. Child, it's a whole lot of. I tried to watch that interview that Kojo Little Black Book had with Dominique, and I just couldn't do it. He got a lot of trauma in his past, but all he was doing is gaslighting and finger pointing, so I could not even get into it. The only thing that she's not here now, Shayna did share with me, she said Aaron H said they have Sienna's age wrong, and Sienna's not 43, she's 34. So if that helps at all. But yeah, I think it was a 3-hour interview. I watched maybe an hour and a half, and I couldn't give it my full concentration because when people don't take accountability and you're just kind of talking about it being made up and pointing the finger out at the other person, whether it was a woman in this case, but whether it's a woman or a man, and you're not taking any accountability for what you did, yeah, your past don't. I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, but therapy. Anybody that's coming through on the replay, leave a comment, hashtag replay, drop your girl an emoji, help out with that engagement, please, and thank you. Let's see what Monique said. If they can't, can't be in charge of the girls until Aaron age a breakdown. What happened to that engagement to somebody else? Yes. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are not perfect. Y'all are kind of skating past it and he busy sucking toes. And like, what? No. Mm-mm. So next week, if this is what we're going to do, somebody else needs to be in charge of the game, because all I saw this episode was them being in charge of the game and pulling the couples to the side, and I was confused. I was like, are y'all married for how many years and y'all are there to like coach these people? No, you're not. You're peers. You might be a little bit older, but you're peers. So yeah, I'm in agreement with that. You didn't watch the interview either, Brandy? Yeah, it was too much. Yeah, 34, 43. Yeah, she is still a grown ass woman, but 40. Oh, my 43 and my 43 and my 34 are definitely different. Not a lot. You know, your fundamentals are the same, but yeah, it's definitely grown. That's for sure. But I would be a little more embarrassed for her to be acting like this. Don't get me wrong, I'm still embarrassed at 34, but 43, it was yikes. Like I said earlier, I am all caught up. So I did Summer House from last week. That's up. Diara's finally wrapped. So now we are kind of only left because Love and Marriage is done. Diara's done. So we are left with this, which doesn't have any more episodes than Summer House Martha's Vineyard. So I'm looking to see what I'm going to pick up next. Keep your notifications on. I don't want to say for sure because I'm watching something, but if I watch it and it don't give what needs to be gave, then I'm not going to recap it. And that comes out this week. So, because I might pick up one thing for now to kind of keep it at three shows and, you know, give you guys things throughout the week or mostly on the weekend. But I'm trying to do Summer House on a Wednesday and then the rest on the weekend, either Friday, Saturday, and Sunday or Saturday and Sunday. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So now I've been doing Never Ever Met on a Sunday, first 3 episodes. It kind of was how it felt with Love and Marriage, DC, and everything else was going on. For the last remaining episodes, I'm going to move it to late Saturday night. So probably Saturday night around 10 o'clock. We'll do the last 3 episodes. So you guys can kind of just keep. No, I don't watch Huntsville, Brandy. Yeah, I'm like one of the few people that don't watch. That's why, yeah, I'm looking for something, you know, just something a couple of to pick up before Power Book 2 Ghost comes on in June. So there's another reality show that I'm looking at. But like I said, I'm gonna be real hush hush about it till I check it out and see for sure. And then I'll try to do better with updating you guys on the community tab, what's going on, putting up some more shorts. I did put up that short that I had promised you guys of Brickfest, just a couple of the pieces from when me and my kiddo went. I'll probably hit you guys with a little drink video because Mother's Day is coming up. Pajama Sunday will be also next week. Oh, I have to text somebody. I'm gonna have a couple of guests up with me for, you know, the first time. But anywho, let me move this. Please help your girl get to 600, not 600, 500 by June 1st. Share this video where you share your videos. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I truly appreciate you. Welcome to my new subscribers. Hello to any of you that popped your head in tonight and didn't speak. I appreciate you just the same. I like this pink light. I just been getting stuff little bit by little bit. Ooh, press the button too many times. Little bit by little bit. But I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. Appreciate you. Keep your notifications on, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.